Welcome to the Data Owl. In a Data Owl, I explain the data structure in more simpler way. So this is our second video on recursion. So in this video, we will learn how to write a program in recursion. As in the previous video, we learned how the recursion works on the mathematics function. So if you are new to this video, then please watch the previous video and you will find the link in the description. So let's start. So in the previous video, I gave you the task to find out the mathematics function of the program. So let's see what is the mathematics function of that program and how we can write the recursion program using that mathematics function. So in this program, to find out the Fibonacci series, in a Fibonacci series, a number is the sum of the last two numbers. Just remember, in a Fibonacci series, a number is the sum of the last two numbers and started from 0 and 1. Some people say started from 1 and 1, but on Wikipedia it says it started from 0 and 1. The trend is starting from 0 and 1. So it's a very simple program of finding a Fibonacci series where, just remember, this is the t1 equals to 0 and t2 equals to 1. The next term is the sum of the last two numbers. T1 and t2 is the last two numbers. So if you put 4, you will get the values is printed is 0, 1, 1, 2. So it's very simple. It's very so this is using a for loop. So we will see in how we derive the mathematics function from this program and convert this program into a recursion program. So the mathematics function of this program is f of 0 equals to 0. As I told you, t1 is initial value. So f of 1 equals to 1. As I told you, t2 initial value is 1. So f of n equals to n minus 1 plus f of n minus 2. So in our previous slide, I told you the Fibonacci series is the sum of the last two numbers. So last two numbers, how you will get the last two numbers? If you are at the position of 5, you need to get the last two values. You need to go to 3 and 4. So if you minus 1, you get 4. If you minus 2, you get 3. So if you sum those two values, you will get the current output, where it's like 5 output. So let's see how we can use this to write a function. So just think of this: f of 0 equals to 1, f of 1 equals to 1, and then we just assemble that parts into our program. So we just put if num, or you can say n, equals to 0, then return 0. If num equals to 1, just return 1. So I told you f of 0 equals to 0, f of 1 equals to 1. And this last part is our finding a Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series, where you put n as is the sum of the last two numbers, and we need every last two numbers. So let's explain you how this works. So f of 0 equals to 0 is the initial values. So let's put 2. So if we put 2, f of 2 becomes f of 1 plus f of 0. So these two things will execute separately. So this is this will not call a one function. This will execute separately. This will execute separately. Both gives the output. Then the whole thing will be written or print. It's just a method which we will call by some other method. So let's see, if we put 2, this become f of 2 equals to f of 1 plus f of 0. This become, if we put 2 here, this becomes 1, this becomes 0. So we already know the value of 0 and 1, because if you put if the number equals to 0, it will return 0. If the number equals to 1, it will return 1. So f of 2 will become 1. So if we put 3, let's see what will be the output. So f of 3 equals to f of 2 plus f of 1. So f of 3. So if we put 3 here, it will become 2 and it will become 1. So when this function will call for 2, so this function will become same thing like to f of 1 plus f of 0. So it will, f of 2 will return 1. So the function will return 1 here, and we are waiting for to execute this one. So if we put 3, it will become 3 minus 2 equals to 1. So we already know what is the value of f of 1. So because it will call for 1, so 1 comes here, and 1 equals to 1, it will return 1. So 1 will come here. So 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So the Fibonacci series, as you know, is 0, 1, 1, 2. So it will become 0, 1, 1, 2. So this is our second video, and in the last video, I will explain you graphically how the recursion works in graphical terms, so you will better understand. And I will explain you what when to use recursion, when to not use recursion, because recursion also have some constraints. So when to use recursion, when to not use recursion, and this is the important question which is asked in interviews also. So I will explain you this thing. And if you like this video, thumbs up and subscribe. You will find the subscribe button at the end of the video. Subscribe to the video and comment your outputs, what is how you like this video, and subscribe for the new video. Thank you everyone, and all the best.